Hello everyone, this is the second video to this series of Decoding Entrepreneurship, the startup class by Anurag Lala. In this session, we are going to talk about analyzing your business environment. To whichever industry you are going to start your startup, it's very essential to know about that market of the industry and the business environment in which you are actually going to work. So, before starting about Porter's 5 force model that determines your industry, I'm going to tell you about a principle which is known as SLEPT. SLEPT, SLEPT principle. Basically, what is a SLEPT principle? SLEPT basically means S means social environment. Social environment basically means the all the forces and factors of the society in which a business have to grow. Suppose during time of Diwali, you will find many startups which are selling crackers, fireworks, etc. And during the time of Holi, those startups are selling holy toys and colors. So it is a social environment that basically decide the type of startup that will work at a time. So it is social environment that determines the trends, fashion of the society. Then it is L means legal environment. The legal matters which can affect a business. For example, for the baby milk products, it is compulsory for a company to write that mother's milk is best for the baby. So it is L means legal. Then it is E means economical. All the economic decision that may affect the businesses, like the introduction of GST, it comes in the economic decision. Then it is P is a political. Political decision means what? All the decision of the political matters that may affect your business as soon as it comes in the political dimension of business environment. And last is the T, which is known as technological. Technological means the technological innovation and improvement that may affect your business to a wider extent. Like now we have a USB drive, but previously we used to use CD and DVD. So because due to the innovation and scientific improvement in the field of technology, the CD and DVD we no longer use it. We use DVD and sorry the USB pen drive in that place. So this is the five factor that affects a businesses, and now I will be telling you about Porter's 5 force model that may affect your business, and you have to analyze clearly this 5 force model for your industry. So let's get started. The first is your threat of entry. Basically, if you was there in a particular industry, you're working on a particular startup, and you have a startup, there's always a threat that new competitors can come and may undercut your prices and your profit as well. So there is always a threat of entry. Then it's buyer's power, it's supplier power, threat of substitutes, and competitive rivalry. There are five factors, which is Porter's 5 force model, which I'm going to introduce in this coming slides. So first, the threat of entry. A threat of entry of new entrances puts a cap on the profit potential of an industry. As more and more players come on to take a slice of the pie. Having said that, expecting no competition to enter the domain is unrealistic, but knowing your competition scenario at that time you're in the entry into the market is critical. Suppose you're there in an industry of making plastic wrappers, okay, and there is some new industry came, some new company came from foreign or some other places which are producing more superior quality products and offering it at lower prices. In that case, you always have a threat that if that company is coming, that company can undercut your profits. So you have to so you have to understand clearly about this threat of entry of of new competitors in your industry. So to overcome this threat of entry, you have to constantly scan the business environment to understand that what is the priorities of the customers which is going to be changed even after 1 month. Basically, it keeps on changing because customers in India and rest of the world are very volatile. They keeps on changing their demands and their wants. So you have to understand clearly about threat of entry. Then next is the your buyer's power. Customers, powerful customers can capture more value by forcing down prices, demanding better quality or more services. Suppose you are offering a product that and your customer is demanding more value, some more better quality of your product. So there is an influence of the buyer, which is saying you that you must produce more better quality products. So there is a buyer power in each and every industry, in each and every startups. So you have to clearly understand that what is the buyer power in your industry, and if you can clearly understand it, then basically you can be more successful in your startup. Bad power means what? You are offering some goods, but that buyer is going to demand more than that what which you are offering. So you have to avoid this issue also, you have to constantly scan the business environment, and you have to decide and you have to update your product services day by day. For new entrepreneur, it is essential better to have a weak buyer power, but generally it is not so. Then we have suppliers power. Just think how many cell phone services providing companies are there in India. Many are there. Okay. Then powerful suppliers like telecommunication major often creates a situation where they are most of the value by charging high prices, limiting quality or services, or shifting cost to buyers. Looking at another industry, apply the same thought. Microsoft, for instance, has contributed to the erosion of profitability among personal computers making makers by raising prices on their Microsoft software. So the question is you have to ask is, will you or your supplier have the power to set terms and conditions? Of course, for a startup, it would ideal to have low supplier power. So I think you have understood about what is supplier's power. Then we will move upon to threat of substitute. There's always a threat of substitute. If the price of Coca-Cola increases from 10 rupees to 15 rupees and the price of Pepsi is still the same, people will go for Pepsi. They will not buy Coca-Cola if the value is same and if the quality is also same. So basically, there's always a threat of substitute that if you're going to increase your that if your price of your product you are going to increase, you're going to get a loss. There is someone who is offering it at low price and customers are going to that particular company or that particular startup and not yours. So there is always a threat of substitute that we have to understand so that and your pricing of the product should be decided accordingly and value should also be good. So it is always a thing known as threat of substitute. Then we have a competitive rivalry. There is always a competitive rivalry within various industries. If e-commerce is concerned, we have Amazon, we have Flipkart, we have eBay. So we have different industries as a competitive rivalry is always there. So when you're going to start your startup, you're also going to get a lot of competitive rivalry between various companies and various startups among. So you have to clearly identify that that who are your competitors and what kind of product they are making, and you have to make more superior products at a reasonable cost so that your company will flourish for a longer period of time. So that's all about for this session about analyzing a business environment. For more sessions, will be more videos on this session. The topic will be introduced in the later part of this series. I hope that you have liked it. Thank you and for being with me.